In my business, I work on average an hour a day. Just 1 hour a day. In my agency or my lead arbitrage business, I work about an hour a day and I make over $100,000 every single month in revenue with roughly 50% profit margins. So in terms of the price per hour, it is pretty good. Today, what I want to do is share with you the business model, share with you some advice about how you can basically reduce the number of hours that you're working, increase the amount of money that you're making, and have more freedom. For me, everything boils down to freedom, having more choice in life, because life is really, really short, goes really, really quickly, and I want to make sure that I'm making the most of the little amount of time that we all have on this earth. And I definitely don't want to be spending it working a 9 to 5. And what I don't want to do is what so many people end up doing is quitting their 9 to 5 and then just owning their own job. They don't actually have a business per se, they have a job that they own. And that's probably a bit better than a 9 to 5 because you can, to some degree, choose your own hours, but it's not a business. It doesn't work for you, you work for it. And you want to make sure that that's not the case. You want to make sure that you are, running an actual business, not just owning a job. For example, in the next 5 weeks, I am traveling around quite a lot. As you can see, I live in Dubai. This is not Dubai, as you can see by the greenery behind me. I'm going to be going to America, Spain, Dubai, Italy over the next month or so. And my business is not only going to maintain, it's also going to grow. And I'm not going to be working many hours at all. And I want to share with you exactly how I'm able to do it. There's 2 ways that you can do this. The first way is through systems and teams. Systems is where you have to kind of document absolutely everything in the business, and then you have to hire very skilled team members to ultimately not only replace you in your business and inside your agency or whatever business it is that you run, but also to complete other tasks. So you can't complete every task in the business, so you're going to need to hire people. And although this can work, it's not the easiest way to do it. And the reason being is that when you hire people, you have high overheads because people cost money. They cost a lot of money. So you're going to have high fixed overheads in your business. And if you want to start a business that isn't stressful, that allows you to kind of do what you want when you want, the worst thing that you can do is have a team that is reliant on you and have the stress of a high overheads. And I say this from personal experience. I grew my business to over $100,000 in fixed expenses at one point, and it stressed the hell out of me. And I didn't like it because if I wasn't growing the business, if I wasn't signing clients on a daily, sometimes, two clients a day sort of cadence, I was stressing out. I was losing money and it was not a nice experience. And I realized that although I could grow a business and keep growing it, it wasn't like serving me. I wasn't enjoying the process whatsoever. So I scaled back and I kind of did things a little bit differently, and I'm going to share them with you now. As I say, the first is through systems, systemizing everything, and that's a great habit to get into regardless of what you do, as you want everything documented. But the main thing is like having a big team that are skilled, that can do the tasks that you want them to do, the tasks that replacing you inside the business. And although it can work, it can be quite stressful because you've got a lot of people relying on you, you've got high fixed overheads, and it's just like a stressful place to be, in my opinion. The second way of making sure that you don't really have to work that much is through something different. People are like, okay, well, what do I need to do? What do I need to implement? What do I need to change? And if you're asking those questions, you're already too late, because it's not about the things that you can do. It's about the model itself. It's about the vehicle that you're already in. The biggest way to make life easier for you as a business owner is to choose the right business in the first place. I, for example, have one team member that I speak to on a daily basis. I have another team member that I speak to on a weekly basis, and that is pretty much it. And I do have other members in the team, but the team is very small, very inexpensive. I have very low fixed overheads, and it means that my life is very stress-free. And earning 50, 60K a month in profit is a very nice place to be when you're not working very hard for it. Because we don't have to work hard as business owners, we can just work smart instead. So what do I mean when I say the model? It's all about the model. Warren Buffett has this quote that I love. It doesn't matter how hard you row, it matters what boat you're in. And if you're watching this and you haven't yet started your entrepreneurial journey and you're choosing what vehicle to get into, what boat you're in, then hopefully this is going to help, because sometimes you can be the best business owner in the world. You can do all the right things, but it's like swimming against the current. It's difficult because you're in the wrong vehicle. Here's what I do. I help business owners to generate more leads, and I charge business owners for each lead that I generate them, and I pay somebody else to generate those leads for me. So I have somebody that generates the lead. They then give me the lead. I then give it to the business owner, and the business owner pays me. Now, what I do personally and what I teach my students to do when they're first starting out are two very slightly different things. And the reason I do this is because one makes a lot more sense when you're first starting out, and then the other one makes more sense when you're a little bit further on in your journey. What I teach people to do, and maybe this might be relevant to you, is business owner pays me for a lead. They might pay me, say, $200 for a lead. I then pay a third party lead generator, an expert at generating leads. I might pay them $100 to generate that lead, and then I get to pocket $100. And what this means is that I don't actually ever pay this lead generator any fixed amount of money each month. I only pay them based off the results that they generate. It also means that my clients only pay me for the results that I generate them. So it makes the business model pretty cruisy, as they say in Australia and New Zealand, pretty chilled, pretty easy, and not very complicated, because you're not having to do the service delivery for your clients. Now, my model is slightly different. I actually hire a team of people because it costs me less money to hire somebody full time to generate the leads for my clients. But when you're first starting out, you don't want lots of fixed expenses. So you can do what I call a lead arbitrage model, which is where you, as I say, take money from the business owner for generating the lead and then give a portion of it to the actual person that's generated the lead in the first place. That's the model that works really, really well. And then I have one person that works for me, my kind of right-hand man, who looks after the client. So if the clients ask any questions, they basically ask my right-hand man these questions, and they don't ask me the questions. So I'm not kind of stuck in the day-to-day. And then all of the lead generation, all of the service side is actually done by a different team, or for my students, it is done by third-party lead generators. And therefore the business kind of operates with me excluded. All I do each day is I speak to my right-hand man, and I kind of answer any questions that he might have, or we come up with different ideas on how to grow the business, things like that. And I'm very much working on the business rather than working in it. And I share all of this only to highlight that the reason I'm able and capable of doing this is because I chose the right model. I chose the right vehicle in the first place. It wasn't because I've got, my team are amazing, don't get me wrong, but it isn't because I've got a bunch of Harvard graduates working for me that are the most amazing people in the world and the most amazing employees. It's because I'm operating in the right vehicle, in a vehicle that serves me perfectly. So if you are wanting to have a business that serves you, allows you the freedom, whether that's financial, time, location, or all three, if you want those things, you need to make sure that you choose your business model and your business vehicle very, very carefully. You can go about having all this freedom the hard way by hiring skilled, expensive people, training them up, managing them on a day-to-day basis, setting up complicated systems, or you can have a set of simple systems and the right business model that lends itself really well to a life of freedom. That's how I work on average an hour a day. Sometimes it's 20 minutes, sometimes it's 2 hours, God forbid, and sometimes it's not at all. Last week, I took 2 days off completely, didn't do any work whatsoever, took half a day off on Friday, and it's a very chilled out life because it's the right business model for what I want ultimately. There you have it. If you want to work and be in control of your time, your finances, where you work, when you work, all that good stuff, make sure that you choose the right vehicle. If you want to find out how we help our students do just that, then click the first link in the description. If you got value from this video, consider hitting that like button, and it helps it push out to other people that might get value from this video. If you want to see more videos like this, then consider hitting that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.